What's up, everybody? I'm Sean Hand, the Awkward Networker. It's June 3rd, 2018. Welcome back to this week's episode of Sports Networker, where I give you everything you need to know to discuss sports in networking settings. This week's sports beer is Benito Blonde Ale. It's a light, crisp summer beer, which felt appropriate considering it feels like fall here in Philadelphia right now. It's 50 degrees. And blistering winds in June. It's ridiculous. One sip of Benito, and I'm back in that summer mood. All right, now here's this week's Sports Networker update. All right, let's start with the NBA, since it has more drama right now than a senior prom after party. So the finals between the Cavs and the Warriors started at home for the Warriors in Oakland, California. The Cavs pretty much had the game won. They tied the game at 107 with 4.7 seconds left in the game and one more shot at the free throw line. George Hill, Cavs player, missed the free throw, but J.R. Smith, Cavs player, caught the rebound, but instead of shooting the ball with 4.7 seconds left or passing it out to LeBron to hit a game-winning shot, he dribbled the ball all the way out to center court like a moron because he didn't know what the score was. He thought the Cavs had the lead. Seriously, he's a professional basketball player on the biggest stage with 5 seconds left in the game and the chance to be a hero, and he didn't even know the score. The game went to overtime, the Warriors won, and J.R. Smith quickly became the most hated man in really all of basketball. It looked like one of those Little League games where the kid forgets which basket to shoot on. Like, his entire team was pointing at the basket and he was running the opposite way. It's absolutely embarrassing. Game 2 is Sunday night. Oh, and LeBron had 51 points that game in game 1, which is super rare in a game to have one player to have over 50 points. And it's even more rare in a finals game. And it's even more rare to lose that game. It's unreal. So tonight's game will be important to see how the Cavs answer Sunday night. Okay, next in the NBA drama court involves the general manager of my beloved 76ers, this guy, Brian Colangelo. So a report came out last week that he apparently created 5 or more fake Twitter accounts, which he was using to talk trash on the Sixers, the team that he's the general manager for, and release sensitive team information. The motive is still a little hazy, but most people think it's because he secretly wanted his predecessor's strategy to fail. So there's a trust the process mantra in Philadelphia, and apparently Colangelo was not very trusting of that process and wanted to undermine that by having these fake Twitter accounts. The plot thickens because after catching heat for a few days on the national stage, the dude dimes out his wife and said that she was the one that created these fake Twitter accounts, these secret accounts, and was using these accounts to release sensitive information and feelings about the organization that he shared with her. So ladies, chivalry is not dead. Way to fall on your sword, Colangelo. Good job. Okay, so now the Sixers are stuck with this dilemma. Do they fire their general manager and bring on the unknown, the scary unknown heading into the offseason, or do they keep him and deal with an angry Philly fan base, which, you know, blah, 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 snowballs at Santa, etc. Okay, hockey. Stanley Cup Finals, the Washington Capitals lead the Vegas Golden Knights 2-1 in a best-of-7 series. Next game is Monday night in Washington. If you recall from last week's Sports Networker, I said this series is going to come down to Alexander Ovechkin on the Capitals and Marc-Andre Fleury, the goalie for the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, Ovechkin is winning that battle handedly. He has 14 goals in the playoffs, which is tied for the most ever in a postseason history, and he still has at least 2 more games to play. Alexander Ovechkin is playing his heart out. It's fun to watch, unless you're a Vegas fan, of course, but if you're a Vegas fan, your team didn't exist a year ago, so what could you possibly be upset about? Baseball, nothing to report except another embarrassing moment for the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles were home against the Yankees over the weekend when a Yankees slugger crushed a 2-run home run against the Baltimore Orioles, giving them a 4-1 lead. The ball landed in a bachelorette party decked out in Baltimore Orioles gear, and they lost their minds in celebration. Let me help you out here. If a Yankees player hits a home run in your stadium, you have two options. One, you throw it back onto the field and boo and probably spill some beer on the person in front of you. Or two, you begrudgingly hand it to a kid wearing a Yankees jersey and shake the hand of the parent or guardian that he's with, and then, probably accept a complimentary beer from a fellow fan. Notice that one of those options wasn't cheer and dance and hug your friends as if you just won the World Series. But hey, when your team only has 17 wins and 41 losses on the season, I guess you have to make your own celebrations in the stands. Golf, still pretty boring. The Memorial Tournament was this weekend. Some guy, Bryson DeChambeau, won in a playoff. I don't know anything about the guy, but if my daughter ever comes home and says, "Dad, I want you to meet my new boyfriend. His name's Bryson DeChambeau," I'd probably cry. But who knows? He's probably a good guy. I don't know. He played well. Tennis. Yes, tennis. It's the French Open, round of 16. Serena Williams hasn't played tennis since February of 2017, had a baby in September of 2017, is unranked, and made it to the round of 16. If she somehow wins, this will be an incredible story. Sports term of the week is hockey's icing. It's the one infraction in hockey that every non-hockey fan loves to tell you that they don't understand. Icing is an infraction in ice hockey that occurs when one player shoots a puck across both the center red line and the opposing team's goal line without the puck being touched. If that happens, the officials stop play, the time is stopped, they then take the puck, they move it to the infraction team's defensive zone, and they have a face-off and play is resumed. Here's where the non-hockey fans get tripped up. When a team is short one player due to a penalty called a power play, they're allowed to ice the puck anytime they want without any repercussion. And at times, both teams have all players on the ice and will seemingly commit an icing, but the official doesn't blow the whistle. And you're sitting there going, wait, how is that not icing? It's because the officials deemed that a defensive player could have touched the puck and stopped it before it crossed the line. It's done to help the flow of the game. So anytime there's a defender on the ice and a puck is coming near them, they have to at least try to get to that puck. They can't let it go by them and then touch it for an icing and then get the advantage of going into the other team's defensive zone. It's a judgment call made by the officials, which pretty much means if you're really into hockey, it gives you about 5 to 7 opportunities per game to scream as loud as you possibly can at your TV. Alright, so that's it for this week's Sports Networker. I hope you have enough information now to talk about sports. I hope you all enjoyed your weekend. Don't forget to grab yourself some Benito Blonde Ale, and I'll see you next week.